Is it true that punching hard things toughens your fists? This is a question I had for myself because I like to just play around on a punching bag that I have. But that thing is old and it literally has what I'm pretty sure is just a extremely hard spot, which is like a bag of sand. And every time you punch it, it feels like I'm punching concrete. And it hurts. And I have you can't really tell, but I have like a slight bruise there. I had one on my elbow, which is saying a lot because I don't bruise very easily. And that is a known fact about me that I know. That you know now. I had this question. So, like any man with a question, I took to the internet. But what I found, it was a lot more than I ever could have hoped for. So we are here on Quora question site. That's what we're here for. And so we have the question: is it true that punching hard things toughens your fists? Let's see what the answer is here. Confirmed. Punching the ground has made my fists permanently stronger and they no longer bruise. Warning. I went a week into ground punching and didn't get iron fists. And keep in mind, I only have 2 years formal training. This may sound dumb, but sometimes dumb people are tough. So here's my experience. A few years back, I was hearing some voices, and for an unknown reason, they kept on telling me to punch the ground. For years! A little more than 2 years. I would resist endlessly until all the pressure finally built up with one final story from William. I just had to fight it. I must fight the urge. I cannot punch the ground. I have to resist. I have to. Otherwise, who knows what unspeakable horrors may come out. If I punch the ground, who knows what might happen. But it's calling me so. What if I'm supposed to punch the ground? What if I have to? I don't know. All I know is there's been this urge just writhing inside me. And I'm not sure of whether or not I should act on it. This guy. Let's just keep reading. Final story from William. Also named William. Who one of my favorite voices. This man's name is William. One of my favorite voices of an ancient secret agent, witch, wizard of God, who refused to wield a sword and kill. So all hated him until sometime after the voice's spirits introduced him to his wand, Valor. And his wand was named Valor. So he secretly said, I'd rather fight with valor than honor and anger the Lord by killing disrespectfully in God's name and break the commandment of the Lord. He said valor in secret because this meant to the villagers that he was a witch. Another voice later said, to have fought at all is to have fought with honor and valor. And how the spirits' voices told him to punch the ground, to feel no pain in his fists when struck with another stick, and fought all of the town one-on-one with sticks in the hands of each fighter in every match, until they gave him a condition: to fight and kill in the next battle. To get off the hook because they felt they needed him, because he had defeated all of the town with a stick by hardening his knuckles with punching the ground. Told to him so by so-called demons, voices, angels. The voice, William, then told me he killed 3 men and 3 soldiers in the battle. Then, from this news, the generals summoned him and said he wanted him to lead his army into the next battle at the negotiation. William suggested to the opposing army's general at the negotiation of advancement to rather fight the opposing army's general with valor, rather than Hona and a stick, rather than the armies fight each other with swords because of the Lord's commandment about not killing. The army's general agreed to the fight. William said he blocked the first strike and defeated the general in 4 blows, no helmets, and knocked out the opposing army's general. The general woke up soon after. The general said, "I'm so impressed, I'm telling the king about you." The armies left the battlefield. The king heard this news and requested William be his vizier. But William's king wanted him as his vizier too. So William suggested he travel between villages. The kings agreed. After the battle with the opposing general, to add, he was accused of being a witch, because the soldier accusing him said he heard him talking to a stick. His stick. Wand. In the woods, like I talk to mine, snake, leviathan, pterodactyl. With his opened mouth to let the wand use his mouth to speak to him. Using occult concepts, speaking to the inner child. William resolved the conflict by saying, "I just wanted to win." Choked his tongue. William recovered by saying he was a crusader of God, and that angels were speaking to him. The soldier then said, "If you were talking to angels in the forest, then make this demon that has been tormenting me stop tormenting me, or you are a witch." The voice that was tormenting him was commanded by other dead spirits to stop telling the soldier what he was telling him. For you see, the voice was tormenting him because of some of the dead do strange things, like haunt the men that killed them on the battlefield, and for many reasons, as I can testify from my experience with hearing voices and as best as I can transcribe from this voice's story. Excuse me. The spirit stooped, attacking the man. Then the soldier said, "This man is no witch, he is a holy crusader." Soon after, William soon after that began his position as vizier for his king first. William at this point had been aware that they were angels, and that witchcraft he had done with his wand valor was the way you do witchcraft, not praying for selfishness at someone else's expense. As I have learned with these voices, angels, demons, as well. So William tried to express his belief with the king without being burned as a witch. So William asked the king, "There is something I don't know." The king said, "You are the vizier. What don't you know? Why are you asking me?" William then told the king that he felt that demons were stopping the villagers from doing pre-Christ Jewish King Solomon's celestial and angelic traditional magic by labeling it as witchcraft in everybody's head so that they would accuse each other of witchcraft and not preform Jewish Christian Catholic traditional magic like Key of Solomon, Wikipedia. The king said, "What do you plan to do?" William said he wanted to try witchcraft with fruits and food. William's heart was pounding since the beginning of the conversation. The king said, "Yes." So, William cooked the king a meal, and the king ate it, and said that it was some good witchcraft. He ended the story with a nice joke. Get it? In the modern age, we are softer, I think. Not as tough as them, to say we punch each other with bare fists and our bodies and heads. When there is a disagreement about Christianity mixed with witchcraft, back then they would burn each other at the stake in disagreement about witchcraft, with a mob included. They were rougher to say. We are softer than the people back then. William said it took him no longer than a month to get the whole job done. But he also told me he punched the dirt. He punched the dirt. They never expressed how to punch the ground. When I began this, they just pressured me to a point of great discomfort. So I tried this on concrete and steel. And my next go at this, I'll do it on the dirt, probably. When was the other one? I don't see it. So it has taken me about 2 years, but I have done it using witchcraft with a steel iron cross plate and the ground. And just today, after punching the ground and the cross back and forth, my ligaments and my knuckles have stopped damaging as much and seem to be repairing faster than normal. This could be my imagination, though. I'm gonna go with probably. And are holding in place and are not spreading in between my fingers anymore, or denting in word anymore, and are holding their shape and are not bruising anymore, and seem to be hardening now, and I punched the ground hardiest today out of all 4 days. These last 4 days, but in all the time I've spent punching the ground, 2 long years of trial and error, not punching in succession of each session, close enough to each other to get as far as I've gotten this time, amongst endless different kinds of attempts. It never worked. This time, this edit was posted just less than 2 weeks after the original post. My knuckles fully healed in 3 days after I finished punching the ground this time. It was longer before. And hey guys, don't go risking your health over some local folklore. And be careful, because I haven't succeeded yet. How I began was similar to the example. Along with all of the angels' voices, help, and mental condition from them, I found that gave me physical documented evidence that people have done this in the world. Wood punching stuffs make your hands harder. About half down on the page, I found that the Japanese broke their fists against a brick wall. I hit the ground as hard as I could, about 40%. It'll psych you out when you try to hit it hard. For like 16 punches. It was stated that they punched a metallic sheet of metal 1,000 times to 5,000 times a day. I punched the A-flat, not engraved cross. I used the flat back side of the cross, which I believe is the spiritual healing side of the cross. Flat steel, I'm thinking, but I haven't explored jagged terrain yet. Steel iron cross about 15% to about %15 to %35. Punch pressure pretty hard, maybe a little more, to like 40% at times. About 20 times to 40 times. Each one set anywhere from 3 to 16 sets. By the end of this first stage, it hurts more and more. Hurts bad. Until your fists feel almost no pain at all. Similar to numb, but more like acquainted to the pain. Takes about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Then I waited a day. About a day and a half later, I put the large steel cross on a second stair, elevated concrete porch. I would suggest this height for beginning in the steel plate or cross too. I then pressed my knuckles down hard on the cross for about 20 seconds. This helps you commit to the punches. Then when my knuckles were more numb, I started punching to reach 50, but 20s and 30s is what I aimed for at that point. They didn't hurt nearly as bad at that time. Because I continued about an hour and a half later, the pain had left my fists and my knuckles almost completely. At that point, it was smooth sailing. At that point. At the end of my near 2-week experiment and 3-day healing, the pain had returned to my fists. About 250 to 350 eighth to 1/3 pull full punches every day and a half to harden your knuckles. It seems it works a little. They feel healthier, though, a little bit, and I'm more acquainted with the pain now, but alas, no iron fists. Not calloused anyway, but the takeaway, more damage resistance. It is apparently a slow and painful process, but it can be done still. I just wasn't able to get it at that tackle, I feel. I am the first I found to do the groundwork and hold down the team for home fort in this hostage situation with angels who knows even possibly demons that nearly pressure you to death. But thank you, God, for this opportunity and experience. I'll send pictures if my knuckles completely visually callous for a total confirmation. Thank you. I am a man now. Oh, man. Well, let it be known that he started this by saying, "Warning, I went a week into ground punching and didn't get iron fists, and keep in mind I only have 2 years formal training." So 2 years later, and you basically say, no iron fists. Nice. Well, everyone, real quick, the real answer here, in case you were planning on trying this, is no. No. This guy said yes, however the process should be very, very slow. 2,000 years slow. Got it. He probably gave a real answer there. Sorry. He probably gave a more educated answer. But I hope you all enjoyed me with Mr. William and Mr. William and the kings and the angels and demons and spirits and voices on this adventure. I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. I guess I can stop it with the voice now. I was stuck in the voice. I hope you're all having a great day today. Found this randomly, thought it'd be funny to read to y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if y'all want me to try to find some more amazing questions and answers. And I love you all. Hope you're having a great day. And bye-bye. Ooh. That was hilarious.